from Idaho. I strive to provide interesting videos about motorcycles, fabrication, welding, electronics, machining, and general creativity. I hope you enjoy. Hello from Idaho. We got a nice 80-degree day here in Idaho, which is great because we were 105 yesterday. At any rate, today's video is about quieting an air compressor, specifically an oilless air compressor. It's a Black Max, sold a few years ago by Coleman. I bought it used, of course. It's advertised as 5 horse, 27 gallon. Well, the 27 gallon part is probably true, but it only plugs into 110 volts, which means we're limited to about 2 horsepower. That's about all you can get out of an outlet, a 110 volt outlet. So marketing be damned, it's about a 2 horsepower oilless air compressor. And it uses all 2 horsepower to make noise. So, in doing research, I find that there's basically 2 methods that people use to quiet an air compressor besides moving it out to another room. The first is to muffle the intake. So if you understand how these things work, they take in air through a set of reed valves, which are basically one-way valves, and that's when the piston goes down. When the piston goes up, those valves close, and another set of valves on the exhaust open up, and the air goes from this tube into the tank. Well, this side, the compression side, is pretty quiet because all that air, all that noise goes into the tank. But the intake is extremely loud. And so one of the methods for quieting these things is to build a muffler on the intake. And so I'm going to try that. I built a PVC intake with a bunch of holes in it and a 90 degrees for the sound to bounce back, and then an intake reduced a little bit, although this is more than big enough to supply the air. And then I'm going to wrap this with a sound deadening material. The second thing I'm going to try is to build an enclosure around it. And most people enclose the entire air compressor, which makes a small air compressor into a big room or a big box. So I'm going to just enclose the part that makes the noise. And true enough, there probably is some sound resonating off this tank. But we'll see how this works. Let me show you the enclosure. So this is my enclosure. It sits over the air compressor, so the air compressor motor and pump is in here. I've got a fan blowing air into the intake, and it goes into this little baffled room right here, and then goes into the big chamber, and then it comes out here, and this fan here does exhaust. And airflow is really important because these things get really hot. And so I've got an intake fan and an exit fan, and that seems to work pretty good. So this sits over here like this. And then I've wired in an outlet that is only powered when the compressor is on. And so this by itself does some damping. We'll look at a dB meter here in a minute, but anyway, these are going to be my 2 attempts at quieting. And so the first thing we need to do is get a sound measurement with no changes. So that's 85 or 86 dB, and it's pretty danged annoying. My wife can hear it through the wall of the garage into the family room, and so it needs to be a lot quieter. So the next segments are going to be measuring each one of the steps. The easy one to do is put this on. And I expect almost no change from this. So, not a perceptible change either by the meter or by human hearing. So, I'm going to progress with more tests. Stand by. Okay, I'm back. I have now wrapped my quote muffler in what amounts to shag carpet. With the backing on the outside, the shag goes in on the inside. I don't know what to expect from this, but let's try it. So, basically no different. Okay, next experiment is the box with no extra sound dampening. Okay, we're at mostly 84. So that helped about 3 dB. Went from 86 to 87 to like 84. Maybe it's only 2.5, 3. And if you understand sound pressure level, every 3 dBs is 1/2 of the power. And so that's why 3 dB sounds so good compared to the no box. So I'm hoping to get maybe another few dB out of the sound deadening inside the box. We'll see how that goes. Okay, new day in the shop. I got a little bit more done on my enclosure. Let me show you what I've done here. Basically, it is now fully lined with what amounts to shag carpet. I went down to the local thrift store, bought a used area rug. It wasn't very used though. It still had the Walmart price tag on it. But one corner of it had some black paint on it, so I can see why it would not be suitable for a home. At any rate, I bought it for a few dollars and cut it up and put it on the inside of this. So, I used to work for a company called Hewlett-Packard, and here in the Boise facility, they had an amazing anechoic chamber.
if you go in there and close the door, you could hear your blood vessels working. You could hear your eyelashes move. It was incredible. And for those with claustrophobia, I'm sure it was quite a proposition. At any rate, I tell you that because it was covered, the walls were covered with anechoic covering or soundproofing, which was basically a whole bunch of cones. And the theory is that the sound comes in this way and it hits the cone and it's absorbed, but what's reflected goes deeper into the cone series, and it gets absorbed and reflected, and it goes deeper and deeper and deeper. And this particular anechoic chamber, those cones were also made of material that absorbed radio frequency energy, because ultimately this anechoic chamber was used to measure the radio frequency emissions that came out of Hewlett-Packard products to make sure that they met the standards for the FCC and whatnot. At any rate, this absorption and reflection and going deeper into the cone series is exactly why I chose shag carpet, because a sound will come into it, it'll be absorbed some by the little pieces of shag, and it'll get reflected and go deeper and deeper and deeper. And so at this point, it's all theory. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but let's take a let me get my phone going here and get my sound pressure meter running. All right. So right now in the shop, it's pretty quiet. So let's turn on the pump. I always put a foot valve on the bottom of every air compressor so I can drain the water out every day. So I'll make sure I close that, turn on the pump. Okay, I have the enclosure on, and I have the fans plugged in. So let's see what it does now. And when I ran this yesterday, I went inside the house and into the family room, and you can barely tell it's on. If it's the TV's on or the radio's on, or if you're watching your computer or something, you can't even hear it. And so I think this is success for me. I hope it's helped somebody else. And goodbye from Idaho.
As usual, if you like or dislike my video, please select the appropriate button and let me know why. I really appreciate comments, and I will answer every one. If you're new to my videos, please select the subscribe and the notification bell to get more videos like this.